Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Frankly Alpacas. It's John, and it's an incredible day as well, because if you have a look around the farm, look at this beautiful weather. Of course, the last 2 days the whole place has been covered in snow. We've had to come up in the car because the fields have been so thick with snow we've not been able to walk across them. Absolutely beautiful today, so we're really pleased about that. So we thought we'd take the opportunity to do one of our current regular jobs, which is to halter train our babies. So those of you that have been to the farm, you will have met the baby alpacas, who are now coming up to 10 months old all the way down to around 6 months old. And one of the things that we have to do with them is we need to get them used to being put onto a lead so that we can handle them, move them around to different paddocks when we need to, and all that kind of stuff. So we have to get them used to doing that. So we have got them in the pen. We see Nat and Amy are there with them. Give us a wave, guys. So we've got the babies penned up in the corner so we can get the halters onto them and just get them used to the experience of having the halters on. Now, the babies aren't 100% used to this yet, so they do sometimes struggle a little bit, but as always with alpacas, you just have to be in there, be firm and get it done. So you can see what Natalie's doing now. She's got Lynx here. Lynx is our boy, hopefully going to be our stud male one day. So she's just popping the collar on him. If I come around a bit here, you can see this. There you go. So Lynx is an easy one. He's got his on, ready to go. What I'll do is I'll come in and show you this in a bit more detail. There you go. So you see Lynx has got his on now. And what we're going to do is once we've got the collar on them, we just let them sit for a bit, just wearing that, so they get used to the idea of having that on them. Which means that in future, if we need to put that on them to do something, we haven't got to worry about them being tolerant of it. They already know what to do. So it's just getting them used to the idea. And as you can see, they're not too bad today, he says, touching something wooden, because we've been spending a lot of time petting them up like this, getting them used to having humans around them. So they're getting used to the idea of that now. Who have you got now, Nat?
I've got Tia, the feistiest alpaca on the group.
Yep, so Tia Maria, those of you that have been to the farm, you have met Tia Maria, you'll know she is the naughtiest alpaca on the farm. Also the youngest as well. And one of the notable things she does is if you do something she doesn't like, she gives you the side eye, which I dare say, if we come round, well, she's too busy escaping at the moment. There she is. We may find we get a nonchalant look. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, she's quite tolerant of having it on, so she just makes a song and a dance when she does it. So now we have Lilibet here. You'll also notice, folks, that they've all got different colour collars. Lilibet is named after the Queen, the late Queen, so of course hers is royal blue. I mean, why not? And then the last one we're doing is Fleur here with the red collar. So on it goes. One of the things as well when we do this is you have to be very careful. If you see the upper part of the collar there above the nose, you have to keep that quite loose, because if you make that too tight, the alpaca can't breathe. So we always be very careful to make sure that we keep that loose. So there we go. So that's them sorted out now. You see, they'll walk around with that on quite happily. Yeah.
So that they know that they've done something good. There we go. There we go, babies. There we go.
Of course, if you visit the farm in the next month or so, one of the things that we do is we put the babies in the pen like this and let you stand in the field shelter and see them feed and help us feed them. Give you an idea of what it's like to work with them. But as you can see, they're beautiful alpacas. We're really pleased with the babies from last year. So we're rewarding them now for having the collars on by feeding them. So they associate the collar with something good, which is food. All of this just helps condition them, really.
I'll clip the leads onto them, and if I can pass them out to you.
So getting them back into the pen now, so we can now put the leads on them. So we do this in stages deliberately, so that they get used to one thing at a time. The other thing as well is we don't want to put the lead straight on them, because if they're having a bad day, you've got an alpaca running around with the lead on, and you know, potentially getting tangled up, and you sort of don't want to be dealing with it really. Right, so that's Fleur's lead on. Now we're going to go for Lynx. There's Lynxy on. And then Fizz, the light blue. And Amy's got them all there now. So now we've got, you know, just need the maypole now. And then raw blue for Lilibet. And then Tia Maria, who's always the challenging one to do. How is she today? She's in a good mood today. There we go. So now what we do is we let them walk around freely. I'll just come back out of the pen. You can see this. So we let them walk around freely now, and we try not to restrain them when they walk, just because we want them to feel safe when they're being led. And one of the things alpacas don't like is being forced to go somewhere they don't want to go. See, they're pretty calm now. So a couple of weeks ago when we first did this, they were slightly more skittish, but they're getting used to it. So this is all positive. We want to see them being very comfortable in, you know, just standing there with the lead on, not feeling threatened. Now, those of you that have been to the farm, you probably already know we don't do trekking frankly alpacas, and that's partly because we probably best to say we aren't huge fans of it. We find our alpacas aren't too keen on being walked for long periods of time, and so we generally stick with doing what we do. So these aren't being trained to trek. Like I said, you know, this is purely so that they can be used to being led if we need to lead them for any reason. So one of the things we're going to have to do with the girls, which is the other 4 alpacas, aside from Lynx here, who's the boy, is we need to move them back in with their mums in the adult female paddock over there in another month or so. So it would be really good if we could just leave them in there rather than having to get the trailer in, just take them there. So that's the idea. And then Nat's just given them the food reward, which is to take off the wooden spoon, which... Who's the stubborn one, Tia?
Tia and Fizz.
We might have known.
Amy's just getting herself untangled. There we
So we've not had side-eye today from Tia, so that's progress. learning, folks. So yeah, so this is good. So we're pleased with this. So the next task is then to get them back in and take everything off. So the first thing we do is we take the lead rein off them. Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't the best idea, folks.
Was that Tia again? Ringleader?
Because I pulled on the lead probably a little bit too much as they move forward. So we'll just relax everything off again.
This is what we're saying, folks. This is one of the problems. If you do try to pull them with the lead, they don't like it at all, which is understandable.
So we all learn from our mistakes, guys. So we do one by one. Do harness as well.
The earlier things that we had to do when we were training them, folks, is get them used to that hold on the neck, because originally they wouldn't have tolerated that at all. So that was the first step, which of course you need to be able to hold them like that to do anything to them. And now for you know who, Tia Maria. And there we go. So that's not a bad performance from Tia Maria. Normally it's something of a struggle to do anything with Tia, but no, she's getting better. So that's it. So one more feed to reward them for cooperating, and then we let them on their merry way back into their field. So that's it. Well done, babies. So that's it, folks. That gives you a little insight into how we work with halter training our babies, getting them ready for life as an adult alpaca on the farm. And we will see you in a future video.